What's up guys, my name is Javier and welcome back to Tool Craze. So way back in 2009 I remodeled this kitchen with all brand new everything. New kitchen cabinets, new wainscoting, new tile flooring, and all brand new kitchen appliances. But 7 years later this microwave decided to die, so in today's video we're going to take a quick break from the usual tool reviews, and instead I'm going to show you guys just how easy it is to install a built-in microwave such as this one. And this type of microwave is called an over-the-range microwave. And just as the name suggests, it's literally over the range, or in other words, over the stove oven. So as you guys can see, I still have my old microwave installed. Now, the reason I haven't removed it yet is because I wanted to show you guys how to remove it in this video. But if you guys already taken down your old microwave or you don't have one installed to begin with, then you guys can skip this step altogether and skip over directly to the part where I show you guys how to install your new over-the-range microwave. Alright, so the first step you're going to want to do is to move the stove out of the way, because it is going to get in the way from removing the old microwave and installing a new one. So for this step, first move the stove away from the wall as much as possible so you can reach behind the stove. Unplug the power cord of the stove, then turn off the gas line, and using a wrench, you disconnect the flexible gas line from the wall. Now once that's done, you can now move the stove completely out of the way. So with the stove out of the way, we can now start to remove the old microwave. And the way these microwaves are held into place is because they're secured to the back wall with a large metal bracket that holds most of the weight of the microwave. And it's also attached to the cabinet above it with a couple of screws. So the next step we have to do is to detach the microwave from the cabinet above it. And to do that, you have to reach inside the cabinet to remove the couple of screws that are holding the microwave into place. So once you've reached the inside of the top cabinet, make sure to clear everything out that's in here to make it easier to remove the old microwave and to install the new one. Once the cabinet is cleared out, go ahead and unplug the microwave from the power outlet. And the next step is to remove the two screws that are holding this microwave to this cabinet. But before you do this, make sure to get another person to help you out to get underneath the microwave and to hold it, because these screws are the only things holding the microwave from crashing down onto the floor. These microwaves aren't that heavy, but they are bulky, and with the help of another person makes removing and installing the new microwave very easy. So with someone holding the microwave, go ahead and remove the two screws located in the cabinet, and for this you'll need either a screwdriver or a power drill with a Phillips number 3 tip. And once the screws are out, have the other person lower the microwave just slightly so you can pull the power cord out from underneath the cabinet. And with the cord out of the way, you can now get down from your stepladder and help lift the microwave off the wall. All you have to do is tilt the microwave down just a little bit and then lift it up and then away from the wall, and that's it. We're not done just yet, as you still have to remove the old wall bracket that's attached to the wall. So for this step I use an impact driver to remove all the screws and the lag bolts. But if you don't have an impact driver, you can also use a power drill. And with everything removed from the old microwave, the wall and cabinet are now ready for the installation of the new microwave. So now we're on to the second part of this video, in which we're all ready to install your new microwave. I'm sure that by now you've already purchased your new microwave, but just in case you haven't, make sure to purchase a microwave that's called an over-the-range microwave. And these microwaves are a little bit different than built-in microwaves because they're not designed to fit inside the cabinets, but instead they're designed to be placed over the range underneath the cabinet. And because they're designed to operate over the range, they have a built-in vent that works just like a range hood, and it also has built-in lights underneath it. You're also going to want to make sure that you have exactly 30 inches between these two cabinets to make sure that your new microwave is going to be able to fit. And this is because over-the-range microwaves have a standard size and are designed to fit between 30-inch openings. You also have to make sure that the cabinet above the microwave is also 30 inches wide. There's also a few more requirements, with first of all, this cabinet must have a power outlet installed to power the microwave. And the next requirement is that this cabinet has to be high enough to not only be able to fit the microwave between the stove, but also so that there's enough clearance between the stove and the microwave. So to figure this out, you need a minimum clearance of 66 inches between the floor to the bottom of this cabinet. So remember that that's a minimum. If you have less than 66 inches, you're going to be in trouble because your microwave is going to be too close to the stove. But if you have more than 66 inches, then you're pretty much good to go. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started and take the microwave out of its packaging. So to go along with the microwave, you'll have the turntable and wheels, you'll have a grill, a vent, and the installation instructions. But what we're looking for is the mounting bracket, a set of installation screws and bolts, and a set of mounting templates. One of these templates goes underneath the cabinet, and the other template is for the wall. Now, usually they both come as large pieces of paper, but in my case, one of them came as a large piece of cardboard. These microwaves have built-in ventilation that suck air underneath and circulate it upwards. You can either choose to connect the microwave to your existing ductwork above the microwave, or you can choose to recirculate the air using the microwave's built-in vents up in the front above the microwave. Whichever method you choose, you have to open up the top of the microwave in the back and rotate a built-in blower, so you can choose whether the air goes straight up through this vent or if you use a built-in vent up in front. So out of the box, my microwave is set up so that it recirculates the air through the front top vent, and that's what I'll be doing in this installation. So there's no need for me to go into the blower and rotate the blower or do anything else. But I suggest you take a look at the instruction manual to see how your microwave is set up out of the box and how to set it up to your liking. I've installed a bunch of microwaves, and one of the problems that I've come across when replacing microwaves, whether it's wall tile, is that sometimes the new microwave is larger than the previous one, and the wall tile is sometimes too high for the new microwave to fit correctly. So the solution to this is to go in and cut out just enough wall tile to be able to make the new microwave fit. Now, if you don't have wall tile or a backsplash or anything of this sort, then this step doesn't apply to you. So go ahead and skip this step altogether. But if you do have wall tile or a backsplash, I recommend you measure the back of the new microwave to see how tall it is. Then take your measurement over to the wall and compare the existing clearance between the bottom of the cabinet to the top of the tile. If there's enough room to fit the new microwave, then you're ready to install the microwave. But if the tile is too far up the wall, it will have to be removed, otherwise you won't be able to install the new microwave. And to remove some of this tile, you have to use an angle grinder equipped with a diamond blade to remove the tile. The next step is to grab the templates. One of these templates goes underneath the cabinet, and one template is for the back wall. We'll start with the template that goes underneath the cabinet and start cutting out the openings with some scissors. These openings will be for the correct placement of the bolts, the screws, and also for the power cord opening. Then we're going to mark the center point underneath the cabinet, and we'll do the same thing on the back wall. This is going to help line up our templates. Then we're going to place the cabinet template underneath the cabinet and mark and trace all the openings with a marker. If you have a flat bottom cabinet, you can simply place the template directly underneath the cabinet. But as we can see in my case, this cabinet has a recessed bottom, so it's not going to be as easy as it is with a flat bottom. But to make this step easier, the cabinet template has lines on the side that gives you several distances from the wall. I know that the cabinet walls are 3/4 inches thick, so I can fold a line of the template that corresponds to 3/4 inches from the wall. Also, don't forget to take into account the thickness of the cabinet wall that touches the back wall, as mine was a smaller thickness and the side wall is at 1/3 of an inch, and make sure to fold this section of the wall in the template as well. And to make it easier to place the template on the cabinet, I use some tape on the back side of the template. So with the edges of the guide reduced, I can now place the template within the recessed area below the cabinet. Just make sure to line up the center line of the template with the center line of the cabinet. Then mark where the holes will be. Then you go ahead and make the openings using a drill and the appropriate size drill bit. Now we need to place the wall template on the wall, but before we do this step, we have to first locate the studs on the wall. And the easiest way to do this is by using a stud finder. You'll want to run the stud finder across the wall, and as soon as the light turns on, you know you reached the stud. So mark the left and right edges of each stud to know where each one is located. And once you found one stud, the next stud should be 16 inches away on center. Then place the wall template on the wall underneath the cabinet and make sure to line up the center line of the template with the center line of the wall. My template has a couple of holes on the bottom where I have to mark and trace. Another good tip if you have a recessed cabinet is to place 2 spacer blocks that are the same height of the recess of the cabinet with a hole in them directly over the holes you just made underneath the cabinet. These spacer blocks will help you tighten the screws that attach the microwave to the cabinet without having to worry about caving in the bottom of the cabinet as you tighten. And to hold them in place, you can use a hot glue gun or construction adhesive, or you can get creative and use something else. I use some gum to hold them in place. Then place the mounting bracket on the wall and line it up with the hole marks you just made along with the wall center line. And as we can see, the bracket has several holes in it. We're going to find the holes closest to the center line of the studs that we marked, and then go ahead and mark the holes on the wall with a marker. You should have found at least 1 stud on the wall when you use a stud finder, otherwise you're in big trouble. You really want to have found 2 studs because we need to install lag bolts directly onto the studs to hold most of the weight of the microwave. But if you only have 1 stud, that's okay because it's all you really need. So if you have 2 studs, mark where the studs are and go ahead and pre-drill the center of the holes you just marked with a 3/16 of an inch drill bit, and then install a lag screw with either a power drill or an impact driver. But if you only have 1 stud, make a mark in the center of the stud and then refer to your instruction manual as to where to install the other set of screws. Then you pre-drill and install a lag screw where the single stud is located. But for the other locations that need screws, you're going to need to use toggle bolts. These special bolts can hold heavy objects onto drywall whenever you don't have access to screw directly onto the stud. And the way these work is you drill a hole that's just large enough to fit the toggle bolt when it's folded, then you place the bolt into the hole, and when the toggle bolt has gone all the way into the wall, these wings in the back open up and they grab onto the wall from behind as you tighten. Then with the mounting bracket securely in place, get the help of another person and place the back of the microwave onto the bracket and make sure it sits over the bracket securely. You have to make sure that the bottom lip of the back of the microwave sits correctly over the bracket and that it hooks onto it. And once that's in place, have the other person keep holding the bottom of the microwave so that it doesn't crash down onto the floor. And then fit the power cord through the large hole you made underneath the cabinet. Then get up to the top cabinet and have the person underneath raise the microwave so it's making contact with the cabinet at the bottom. And place a washer over one hole and then drive one of the large screws through the hole so it grabs onto the new microwave. And then repeat this step with the other screw. Then plug the power cord into the outlet inside the cabinet, place the turntable wheels and the turntable inside the new microwave, place the grill underneath the microwave, set the time on the microwave, and don't forget to place your stove back in place and you're all set. You can now stand back and enjoy your newly installed over-the-range microwave. So that's it for this episode of Tool Craze. As always, show your support for this channel by liking this video, checking out the Tool Craze website at www.toolcraze.net for more tool news, tool deals, and tool reviews you won't see here on this channel. And follow me over at social media, over at Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.